Drop the gun! Show me your hands!
Welcome to the Weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people that needlessly died at the hands of another person. Now let's take a look at this week's graph. Chicago added 15 this week. This is the 8th time this year they've had 15 or more in 1 week. Philadelphia reported 12, and the 280 total at this time is the best they've had since 2020. New York City added 3. 27% have occurred in the Bronx, 32% in Brooklyn, and 41% of their overall homicides this year have occurred in the rest of the city, including Harlem, Staten Island, Queens, and Manhattan. Houston added 9 and moves into a tie with New York City. They've been gaining on New York for weeks now and will likely pass them next week. Baltimore added 8, their highest weekly total in 5 weeks. DC added 5. They are 35 higher than they were at this time last year, and they are on pace to have their highest yearly total in over 20 years. While most cities are reporting fewer than last year, DC has gone into high gear. New Orleans added 2 this week. The 142 total is 24% less than where they were at this time last year. Now for some overall yearly totals. Kansas City, Missouri, 129. Milwaukee, 121. Las Vegas, 116, although they haven't updated their site in 3 weeks. Columbus, Ohio, 102. Birmingham, 95. Jackson, Mississippi, 60. Minneapolis, 51. San Francisco, 37. Seattle, 35. And Rochester, New York is at 33. There were 18 mass shootings last week. I covered 15 of them in this video, and we'll cover all of them weekly on Tuesdays. We lost 7 kids under the age of 11 from gunfire and 30 from 12 to 17 years old. 1,163 from this age range have been lost to gunfire this year. That accounts for over 9% of all gun homicides this year, coming from school age or younger children. There were 12 reported defensive use of a firearm incidents. Again, this is the one stat that is consistently dropping as other stats rise. I cover most, if not all, of these weekly on Wednesdays. We lost 2 officers to the line of duty deaths this week. Patrick Bauer, an IRS agent, hit inadvertently by a bullet during a training session, and Brian Hawley, who collapsed after working traffic control. I cover both of these stories in more depth in this weekly line of duty video that comes out every Thursday. 8 officers were also shot in the line of duty this week. Well, that's all I have for you today, but I'll be back next week with the week 35 numbers. Until then, have a great week, and I'll catch you next week.